You know what? I'm not even going to say the whole spiel anymore because you guys just know the deal. Like, this might as well be a series at this point, the Shane Wright saga. So, basically, huge new development in the Shane Wright saga. All right. If you didn't hear already, he played last night in the Seattle Kraken's 4-0 win against the Minnesota Wild. You want to know who his line mates were and how much ice time he got, though, in his first time playing in 4 games, because it was his first time playing because he was a healthy scratch in those 4. See, I don't know if Dave Hackstall maybe felt bad. He heard all the criticism and he was like, you know what? I am riding this kid too hard. By the way, the people who are telling me that I'm grilling and killing Shane hard out here, I'm really not. I'm grilling the Kraken for how they're mismanaging this kid. I said it in the past few couple of videos. I want the kid to succeed. I want him to do well. I mean, like, this is not easy for him. I want the kid to do well. Maybe Dave Hackstall saw the criticism, or maybe just because the Kraken were winning against the Wild by a significant margin, he got 13 minutes and 45 of ice time against the Minnesota Wild. 21 shifts plus 1, no points, didn't show too much, like was better than he was in the other games, but he didn't come out like his NHL life depended on it, which was a tad disappointing, but he finally got a decent, like, logical amount of ice time, right? So that was good for him. And a lot of people saying you have to earn the ice time. Watch him play, trust me. Like, again, he by no means is he playing like a first or a second liner, but he's playing at least like somebody who deserves double digits of ice time, and at minimum, power play unit 2. And if you're wondering who he was playing with, he actually got elevated to the de facto third line for this night's game with Yanni Gourde, who's a pretty good player, and Brandon Tanev on his right wing. Now, again, still not the Matty Beniers or Jordan Eberle's or Bjorkstrands or Burakovskys of the world, Jaden Schwartz, who's also a fantastic player, but an upgrade, right? And the 13:45 of ice time, we'll see what happens with him, but a very, very interesting stat line there. I'm disappointed that he didn't get any points or goals, but at least he finally played 4 games healthy scratch, and he gets back into it. And I actually went to the game against the Kraken in Calgary here on Tuesday, where the Kraken came back in the third and beat the Flames 5-4, and I saw Shane Wright warm up against the Calgary Flames, and this was just sad, man. I mean, I was really sad to see the guy come out. He does the warm-up as if he's going to play with all the guys and everything. Then he just goes back and watches the game from the press box or from the workout room or wherever, and it was just sad to see. It's like, this is just torture at this point. Like, I didn't know that. Like, he's got to come out and warm up with the guys every single time in case he gets last minute called into the game or something. I guess I did know, I just forgot, because I don't really think about that, like what the healthy scratches do on a game day, but I don't know, it just added extra salt to the wound, where it's like, really, he even warms up and then doesn't play? Like, that's just the biggest tease ever. However, there was also an interesting development on insider trading. We're going back to NHL Watcher's Twitter account, where he says Darren Dreger on insider trading says it is very likely Shane Wright will stay with the Seattle Kraken. An interesting sidebar, there is a clause in the NHL-CHL agreement that allows junior eligible players to be loaned to the AHL. Wright would have to be a healthy scratch for 5 straight games. See, again, they didn't even follow this protocol, because he played, this would have been the 5th straight game, and he played against Minnesota, which, again, what are you guys doing over there in Seattle? It says down there, he can only be loaned once to the AHL and can stay for a maximum of 14 days. Dreger believes this is something the Kraken are considering, and they are also looking to loan him to Canada for the World Junior Hockey Championships. Now, to me, I mean, that's a no-brainer. Send him to the World Juniors, and before you send him to the World Juniors to play for Canada, finally can play on a big stage with high pressure and feel like a top player in a big situation again, instead of whatever they're doing with him in Seattle. But also, if you're going to send him either to the CHL, where, again, if he goes down there, it was mentioned previously that his OHL rights from the Kingston Frontenacs are most likely going to get traded. So he doesn't even know where he'd be playing in the OHL if he goes down there. If he goes to the AHL, it's only for 14 days, or he stays in this purgatory. It's a lose-lose for him unless he starts putting up points in the NHL and really solidifying his spot on the Kraken roster this season. But I don't know, this just took another turn because most people were saying, okay, well, it seems like they're going to send him back to the OHL because this is just, I don't even know what's going on with Shane Wright. The only guy who said that he thought Shane Wright would stay with the big club was Ron Francis, okay, who is the GM of the Seattle Kraken. So to me, my jaw is still on the floor. This keeps taking twists and turns, and it's turning into even more of a soap opera. People think it's OHL. Now it's a bait and switch, and apparently he's probably going to stay with the Kraken, but he might get loaned out for the World Junior team to Team Canada. There's just so many interesting wrinkles. Could you imagine he plays 2 or 3 more games with the Kraken or whatever, and then they somehow find a way to loan him to the World Juniors, and he gets named captain of Canada and is the MVP of the tournament or something? How crazy would that be for Shane Wright? What if he plays with Connor Bedard on the World Junior team? I don't know, man. There's just so many opportunities for juicy developments here. And obviously, we're going to keep following it on this channel. I joked about it last time, but this channel is basically a Shane Wright update channel at this point. Seriously. But of course, I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on with this. I can't believe that out of all games, yesterday was the one he ends up playing in and gets 13 minutes of ice time, more than any other game he's played. Still no points though, and he might stay with the Kraken, might play for Team Canada. It's just all over the place. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. As usual, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter @SubJohnnyHockey. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.